Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back to Anviltrumpets and episode 18. We haven't had a whole lot go on since our last episode. I have gone and simmed ahead just waiting for some events to happen. We had gotten a migrant wave right at the end of the last episode, so I've gone ahead and brought them in. And just to kind of show you what's going on with that, I've reorganized a little bit. You remember I was putting all of my masons and carpenters and stone crafters into a generic group called a crafter. And I use that abbreviation A again just to get them all organized, and that way I can tell at a glance who's not assigned a specific position. So you notice I do not have that crafter position open anymore. What I've done is, now that I had so many, I went in and I pulled out specific ones. So like these two are now just carpenters, and I've taken away their other duties. And then I have 4 masons, and I've taken away all their carpentry and stone crafting. And then I have 4 stone crafters that I've taken away their other responsibilities. So that way I have specific people working on specific areas of need, which as you get more people, you can afford to do that. I used to do that initially, but I always needed my mason to go over and make some crafts or something so I could make some money, and then I didn't have enough carpenters. So now I do where I do the crafter in general up front, and then I do break them out like this at a later time. So we have added a few more people into our archer squad. We've added 2 more people there, and we picked up 2 more mace dwarfs as well. And so now, what I've also done is I have taken away, you'll notice over here on the physical labor, all these empty spots. These are all of our military people, with the exception of our 2nd archer group, because I have not had them start training yet. And I would not have done my 2nd melee group, except I have not split them up into specialty groups yet, which I will do at some point, but probably not until I actually have 20 people for 2 full groups. So if we go back into the game, we are still working on our outlying area. We have gotten all of our levers over here in our lever room hooked up. We have actually conducted a trade with the dwarven caravan that had come in last episode. I did not record that. That tends to get boring. What else? Let's see. I think that's about it. Now we did get I have started to put together my room here for forges, and I need to go ahead and hotkey that. So this is going to be the forges, and what we have is 3 smelters across the top, 3 forges on the east side here, and I have these quantum stockpiles set up. And what these are designed for is this first one, they will bring bars of coal or charcoal into this pile and then quantum stockpile it here. Then this one is for flux stone, which is used in making steel. This one is for the raw coal, lignite being one of those. And then this one here is for iron ore. In this case, the magnetite that we have been mining throughout the earlier episodes. So they'll start bringing all that into here. And then this one here is going to be gold, silver, and copper, and they're going to reverse dump that into this one stockpile. And so these are the mine carts that will facilitate. And then down here I have iron, pig iron, and steel. So this is my steel production for the bars of that are smelted already. And then here I have gold, silver, and copper coming into here, and then those will be into this stockpile, and then they will split it out. So gold, silver, and copper will have their own quantum dump, but coming out of the same primary pile. Now we also had day cost went into a mood. Now, he was possessed, and we did not have everything he needed because we didn't have this set up quite yet. And one of the things he needed was metal bars. Now, when you hit Q and you go over a shop where the person is at, it will actually show you, like right here it says he keeps muttering. Well, that's because he's working on his artifact, and this will be the name of it. Now, we don't know what it will be yet, but that's the name of the artifact he is creating. Now, at the time before he has all the materials, if you don't have everything, he will just stand here, and you can look in here by hitting Q, going over the shop, and it will show you at the bottom, and in this case it said that he needs metal bars, rocks, and there was one other thing. I don't remember what it was. And we can actually click on here, and we can see in here the forge itself is made out of marble and an iron anvil. So he has gold bars, granite blocks, and 2 pieces of marble that he has brought into here. So he's making something. Now, I don't believe that's going to be a weapon or a piece of armor, which he could make in a forge. More than likely it will be some type of furniture, a floodgate, a hatch cover, a mechanism, who knows. So we will wait. But what you have to watch out for is if he doesn't even have the shop, he will then typically go to your meeting room and just hang out. And you have to kind of figure out at that point what he needs, and it's going to be based on what his abilities are. So again, that's day cost. So you would go into Dwarf Therapist, and I know he is one of my blacksmiths. So an armor smith would need a forge. An engraver, I've never seen an engraver get a mood. He could get something where he needs a spinning wheel. Gelding is not something you would ever see, nor would cheese making. So I've never seen a spinner either. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen, but there is a specific shop for spinning. So that could lead, but typically it's in their primary skill set. And in this case, I knew he needed a forge. I had one. He went there, but I didn't have the material, so he was just standing here. So what I did is I locked the door, and you do that by going to the door, and you hit L to forbid passage, and now it's forbidden. So he's locked in that room. And what that does, if he does not get the items he needs in a certain amount of time, he goes insane. And when they go insane, a number of things could happen. They could just go into a daze where they take their clothes all off and just wander around in a gloomy mood and never come out of it. They will dehydrate and starve to death and eventually die. And, that's the best possible scenario. And the worst possible scenario that runs the gamut is he could go stark raving mad, and he could come out and just literally kill everybody in your fortress. And when they go insane like that, they become, the Hulk, basically. And they'll just, run roughshod and kill people. And, I'd have to call in my entire military, and even that might not be enough, especially as under-geared as we are right now. So luckily, I was able to get a piece of gold melted down, and as soon as it was done, I unlocked the door, and he came running out of the room to go get it. Even if the door was unlocked, he would stay right there and wouldn't move until it was ready. I'd lock the door as a safety precaution in case he goes insane. I don't want him getting out. I'd rather him die in that room, and then we could deal with that after the fact. But he is creating his artifact. Let's see, I want to unlock the door again, and we will unpause it. I'm having them just kind of start getting a lot of materials. We are building the track stops here. So these will dump to the north. This one will dump to the south. These will dump to the north as well. And you can see with the quantum stockpile, just like the stone and the wood, we have coke and we have charcoal. Now, it takes a piece of coal to fire either the smelters or the forges. So when you have just raw coal, like lignite, they still need something to fire that, and that's charcoal. And you get that out of the wood furnace shop. Now this is where I have him make ash for the potash, but you can also make charcoal. So usually I make 5 or 10 pieces of charcoal just to get things started, and so that's why we have some charcoal in that pile. The tetrahedrite was not put there by mistake. The dwarves are not that stupid. They are stupid, but not that stupid. That was just a piece that we had mined out, just like this piece right here, and it just happened to be in that pile. So anyway, we'll wait and see what landmark item he makes. Oh, you know what we can do? Oh, we do have... Okay, we have Elba Legate. That was our first artifact. We already looked at that, but so that was already done. So whatever he makes should get put into this pile here. And let's go ahead and just unpause and let him get about his business. Now, while he's doing that, I do want to go down. Let's see. Oh, let's see. D and F. All right, so we have smoothed these. So now I want to carve the fortifications. Right there. All right. And they're already coming up to start that. And again, this will give us access into the killing zone here. Oh, you know what? Oh, wow. Okay. So he has finished it. So we hit Shift L to look at our artifacts. So we have the floodgate that we did. We did a bracelet. And now we have a conical gold helm called Word Axe, the Weathered Stream. And it is worth 85,200 dwarf bucks. Of course, as an artifact, it is the highest quality possible. Has bands of gold, rectangular marble cabochons, menaces with spikes of marble, and an image of a giant sloth in granite. So that is what he made. Now, again, let's see, Daycost. And now it calls him the creator of that artifact. It uses the dwarven name, do Simlabash at Dolmaban. Now what I can do is if I ever have a king or something, I could actually give him that helmet. I could give it to my captain of the guard. Somebody that, I want to have, a very nice piece of equipment, could get that eventually. But I just noticed that I had screwed up a little bit here. Alright, so I've dug out this room, and this is going to be where they fire. However, right above this is the ceiling, which is the floor of this room. So I need to remove the designation for right there. And we are going to actually dig that out. And I am going to have to come all the way down here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Maybe there and there. And there. Alright, so this will make a little sense after they get out there. What I'm going to have to do is channel this out. Now the problem is when you channel out, because the ground underneath is already gone, you can have a cave-in, so you have to be a lot more careful. And I'm sure if anybody's watching this, you've already caught that, and I look really stupid. That's okay. Mistakes happen. It's as long as you can fix it. I believe they just said the merchants are leaving. So see you guys later. All right, now I can actually, you know what I want to do here? I want to go ahead and this is going to be a priority. Alright, so that is... I just want to... Let's just dig out this whole floor. The giant gray squirrel killed my fisherman. Really? Alright, well, where is the giant gray squirrel? And now he has a name because he has killed somebody. Now he has fallen in the water here. If we go up, so he is right here. Alright, so I am going to call out my squad here. We are going to just run out here and be ready just in case he gets frisky, because now I'm upset and we need to get revenge. In fact, I want to kill him if I can. Problem being, I do not have the weapons yet. I have one guy with an axe, but they do have shields, so we're going to go out and try to kill him. Alright, now where is he? There he is, so we will follow him. Alright, now he's running away. Oh, and he has killed one of my other dwarves. Alright, so unfortunately, the first guy there was Aiden, and Aiden was killed. And as you can see, Aiden only had a shield. He had no armor, no weaponry, just the shield, and he was killed. But we did kill the squirrel. And let's see if we can figure out who got the killing blow. Alright. And of course, look what happened. So we have 13 pages of attacks. So here's where he killed the fisherman. The fisherman did get a couple of punches in, knocking the breath out of the squirrel. Now the squirrel bit him in the lower arm and latched on firmly. You can see at the end right here, an artery was opened. And when that starts to happen, then you start bleeding out. Knocked him down, latched on. The right foot was ripped away. Shakes him by the left hand, and the severed parts, so his hand was ripped off. Oh, the squirrel had it in its mouth, just chewing on it like a piece of tobacco. Nice. Lets his left hand drop away as he begins his attack again. Alright, so, the poor fisherman put on a good fight, but unfortunately, and the kitchen worker was right there, but we saw the kitchen worker, the other dwarf, standing there, but jumped away. The axe dwarf came in, and he was the one that died. So unfortunately, there was a few attacks, but she did kill him. All right, the spear dwarf, who does not have a spear, bashes with the shield, breaks the grip of the spear dwarf. So they're biting the squirrel. Dwarves do that. All right. Hammer dwarf. All right. So here's where the other axe dwarf with the actual axe shows up, hacks it in the tail, tearing open. Hacks in the left leg, tearing the muscle. The axe dwarf hacks the giant gray squirrel in the upper body, tearing the muscle, gives into the pain and falls over, and they just begin punching her. The axe dwarf hacks her in the head, an artery in the head is opened, and then they just go to town while it's laying there helpless. And finally, the killing blow in the head, and the injured part is cloven asunder. So a decapitation blow by our axe dwarf to gain revenge. So, unfortunately, let's see, we have the named giant squirrel, and we have Iden. So we are going to come over here, and we are going to do Iden and Ozelzest. And we're going to do those, and those will go into our Hall of Memories down here. We will add a new dwarf and a new named creature that we have defeated. So that's happening over there. Oh, there's our conical gold helm, has made its way into here. So there we are with the other artifact. I wonder what happened to... Let me see if I can find the bracelet. The squashed silver, a tetrahedrite bracelet. All right. Let's see if we go to F8. All right, and then if I hit F8, where is it? So the bracelet is somewhere up in this area, but I don't know where. All right, something else I need to do since we had those migrants. I do need to put in, let's see, yak cow, alpaca, donkey, mule. All right. And then I need pea-chick and poultry. And I want to make this, when poultry hatch, for some reason, they are the worst of the lot. They all run out of the room immediately. So what we want to do is make this unpet passable. So we keep it tightly closed, but we want the door to be able to be opened by our dwarves. All right, so that's going on there. All right, let's see. We have plenty of coke going on now. We do have some marble. All right, we do have lignite coming in. Some iron. All right, so what I want to do is I want to unsuspend that, but then I want them smelting magnetite here, gold, silver, tetrahedrite, and iron here. Alright, so that'll get them actually making some bars, and then once that builds up, then I will start some production down here. Because I need the iron made first, then I take the iron and the the flux stone and make pig iron, and then I take pig iron and charcoal and make and flux stone and make steel. So it's a three-step process, and because I don't have magma, each step takes a piece of coal, whereas if I had a magma forge, only the last step going from pig iron to steel would take the coal. So we do want to eventually maybe find magma. If we have enough coal, we can still make this work. I do want to set up a weapons stockpile here, and I want to do 2. Alright, so we're going to make a weapons stockpile, and then we'll make a second weapons stockpile, and then we will make an armor stockpile, 2, 3, 6, and out to here and there. Alright, and then what I'm going to do with these is I don't want any bins, and for armor on these I want only metal, so I'm going to forbid other materials. And on the left side, which is where I'm at, I want my lesser items and no artifacts. And I have to change that for both. Alright, so finely crafted. Alright, so superior and higher. So over here, no bins, back to armor, only metal, so forbid others. And on this one, I only want those three, and again, no artifacts. Because I want the artifacts to go to the artifact room where everybody can view them and appreciate them. Alright, so that's going to be the armor. And then no bins. This will be weapons. I only want weapons, so forbid traps, metal only. And again, superior and higher in the small one. And no artifacts. And then in the big one, no bins. No traps, no stone, no other material. And we want the 3 lower quality. So what will happen is, as the forge makes a weapon or armor, depending on the quality, if it's one of the 3 low qualities, it'll go into the bigger stockpile. If it's one of the 3 higher qualities, it'll go into the right stockpile. The right stockpile will be the stuff for our dwarves to actually use. The left stockpile, eventually what we want to do is melt that back down and hopefully make something better. So it will help them level up their skill, and it will ensure that we're using the highest quality gear, which is better protection or damage for our dwarves. And I guess what we can do is also do a custom stockpile, and we're going to put that in the middle here. And on this, we will do furniture and finished goods, but we only want permit metal, forbid gems, other materials, no artifacts. Alright, and same thing on furniture, no stone, no others, no artifacts. And you can see how, you can fine tune these as much as you want to. Where are we at on time? About 27 minutes. Nothing else is really going on. Let's go ahead and put a cut in here. I just wanted you to see the production of that artifact, catch you up to speed on what was going on in our forge, and kind of go over the possible tantrums with somebody that had been possessed, if you can't, or what you have to do to meet their needs to where they don't tantrum. So anyway, hope you got a little bit out of this episode. We had a little bit happen. The giant squirrel came in, so we'll end up putting up those memorials probably while we're not videoing this, but we'll come back the next time something interesting happens. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next episode.